on whether or not a piece of territory belongs to Party A or Party B. Of course, the United States would probably say that each determination is unique to its own situation. But at least as of now, the Trump administration's position is not that the occupied territories belong to Russia. However, the United States position under the Trump administration might need to accept the reality that at least temporary territories will continue to be occupied by Russia. And the United States position would be that's in the interest of a ceasefire, and hopefully a ceasefire that could last for an extended period of time.
Ross, one final question. How might Ukraine's acceptance of a truce shift the dynamic of the war, especially given Russia's move to retake strategically important areas in the Kursk region?
The interesting thing there is whether or not, let's assume that Ukraine and Russia do agree to a 30-day truce. The interesting thing there is whether or not there would be pressure domestically in Ukraine for President Zelensky to further extend that. Another 30 days, another 3 months, another 6 months. So that's certainly a risk for President Zelensky, and it's probably something that he's thinking about very carefully, that if he enters into a 30-day truce, would there be pressure to extend it? And again, under that kind of extension scenario, Russia would continue to occupy Ukrainian territory.
Ross Feingold, thank you very much for joining us. We now move to some news from the Indo-Pacific. Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te said today that stronger actions are needed to fight against China's increasing efforts to weaken Taiwan, including spying and other tactics. He pointed to recent incidents that fall into a grey area of psychological warfare, stopping short of full military conflict. Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense reported 20 sorties of People's Liberation Army aircraft, 7 People's Liberation Army Navy vessels, and 1 official ship until 6 a.m. today. Other recent incidents have included Taiwanese artists and influencers living in China reposting statements from Chinese state media asserting Chinese sovereignty over Taiwan. Here's what the Taiwanese president had to say, followed by the Defense Ministry spokesperson.
检讨修正军事审判法、军事审判制度，让军法官回到第一线，与检调司法机关共同协力，处理现役军人涉犯叛逆、泄密、废除职务、抗命等军事犯罪之刑事案件。未来现役军人触犯陆海空军犯罪案例，将交由军事法院。
同时间，在最近这几年，敌人对我们国军的渗透威胁也日趋的严峻。国防部依据总统的指导，已经完成了我们军事审判制度全班的一个调整规划。我们的目的就是希望打造一个公正、独立、一个全新的军事审判。
We are now joined by Andrew KP Lung, international and independent in Hong Kong. Thank you very much for joining us, Andrew. We obviously have seen these repeated military drill exercises that have been going on today, but psychological is something that has come up today. How effective are China's psychological operations such as in shaping public opinion in Taiwan? Are there such measures to counter these efforts, possibly?
Well, first of all, I don't think there is a quick fix on either side. It's still very large. On the one hand, Taiwan is almost totally dependent on the Chinese economy for welfare. A large part of its trade involve mainland China, and also is adopting a two-pronged approach. Firstly, using military exercises, if you like, to pressure against any separate, and on the other hand, promoting more to people exchanges between tourists, students, universities, and also businesses. Let's not forget that at the height of their relationship, almost together with their families are already working and living on the mainland full time. Now the number is down to maybe 300 to 400,000, but still quite a substantial number. And then, of course, the businesses, interactions, and people-to-people contacts increasing quite rapidly. For example, a lot of Taiwanese young people are trying to establish their businesses on the mainland. And you're seeing a lot of films, TV commercials, TV serials coming out of China, bearing names, Taiwan film directors, Taiwan actors and actresses. So I think this is people-to-people exchanges are going on. But you're looking at the situation in Taiwan, most of the Taiwanese people do not want unification, but nor do they want declare independence, because that would mean a direct military confrontation. They just want to maintain indefinitely the status quo. However, Beijing has already set the deadline of 2049, which is the 100th